Hi you guys, welcome back to another video. Again, consistency, showing up every day because that is what is deemed the way to gain more views on every platform. Today, I want to talk to you about why you're not seeing John in as many videos with me, especially on YouTube since I've been posting the last few weeks, and why I'm really not at the store anymore. We've been getting a lot of DMs, some comments on YouTube asking if we are okay. And to be honest, that's a tough question. So yeah, let's get started as to why John is not appearing in as many videos as he used to. So a little bit about John. He is a man of numbers. He likes to see the numbers and things go up if he is participating in something. He made it very clear to me a couple months ago when I asked him to be on a podcast episode with me. He was like, I'm not going to do that if one, we're not going to be consistent, and two, no one's going to watch it. And I thought about it and I was like, you know what? No one watches it. Even when we were consistent for 16 straight weeks, it's like 4 months. And the views were so low, like we couldn't even get advertisers. And he was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. He's not one to like to spend time doing something and literally see nothing come of it. So he made that very clear to me. And I really couldn't argue that because I was like, I wouldn't. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I like to talk and, whatever, I have something to say and blah, blah, blah. But he does not want to do something that no one is going to watch. And furthermore, I think beyond people not watching anything that we post, I think it's also that maybe what we're posting is not that interesting. And something that I battle with is because the conversations that we have in private are so freaking amazing, but they're very controversial. Did I say that right? And while that's a passion of John and I know that would probably get a lot of views, it would piss a lot of people off. So he's not really able to be himself in this type of content creation, which just makes it not fun for him. And thinking about the amount of time that it takes to produce these videos that no one watches is not worth his time. So we have to come up with the concept. We talk about something. I set everything up, which takes about an hour. We sit down. We have the whole conversation. We have to redo some things, retake some things. He has to move over. I have to fix the microphone. All of these things when he could just have his time spent better elsewhere, which is running the business and running our store. The way that we started everything was that he was running the business, I was doing all the content, but then people fell in love with him and his personality, and I utilized that. I was like, oh my gosh, you're like great. Like you just say whatever you want, you do whatever you want. We can do like all these fun little trendy videos, and I got really good at pranking him, and I was like, this is amazing. But when it came to like doing videos like this and doing like a podcast and stuff, people just didn't want to watch. Like we could be another couple that gives couple advice, but who wants to watch that? You know what I mean? Like who wants to sit and watch a 45-minute episode about that? We could do an episode about business, but there's just no views. So for him, he doesn't see the point. And I don't see the point in having him stay here with me an extra 3 hours to film a video when he could be doing something else, getting orders out, going to the studio, going to the store, going to the gym. Like there's no point for him to do this if there's going to be 200 and 300 people watching. I could just pop up the camera. For me, it takes only like 20 minutes for me to set up the camera because I'm not setting it up for 2 people and I'm not adding extra lights. I have 2 lights instead of 5 lights. I don't need to change the angle of the camera. I don't need to set up his microphone and make sure the sound check is going okay. It's like literally takes me 15 minutes to set everything up, sit down here. I talk. I don't have to, censor things that he says or censor things that I say when I'm talking to him and like we're having just a natural conversation. And I'm like, oh yeah, we can't say that. Like that's just, we're going to piss a lot of people off, which I have no problem fucking doing. But he has kids. He has other things that he has to think about. He has the business and all of that stuff. And while I don't give a fuck to, get canceled or anything like that, like he certainly has to think about other people and other things. So, that just makes it a little bit more complicated for us to figure out what it is that we want to talk about. How many times can we tell the story about how we met? How many times can we tell the stories about how we almost broke up? How many times can we tell the stories about how we almost lost the business, how we got kicked out of the mall, how many times can we do this? Stupid fucking ambulances. See, these are things like, I'm sorry, the ambulances in New York are way too fucking loud and you can't even get through the traffic anyway. Like, what are you even doing? They don't need to be that loud. And if it's actually a fucking emergency, drive in the fucking bike lane instead of sitting in fucking traffic, charging people $1,000 to be in your vehicle. So that's what you're hearing in the background. Furthermore, one of the things that I realized that we did a lot of was one of the worst things you can do if you're in content creation or if you have a business, and that is to listen to your customer or your fan base or your followers when they tell you that they want you to create certain content or make certain products. So that's what we did. A lot of people were telling us, oh, make a podcast, make a podcast, make a podcast. And I was like, oh my gosh, the equipment's going to be so expensive. Like this microphone alone, $550, not even including the wires. Like my camera alone that I'm using, $1,800. Like, okay, I did it. No one watched. And for me, I have more patience than John. Like I genuinely enjoy creating content. There's nothing else that I want to do, even if I'm really bad at it. For him, he has about 3 times to do something before he's fucking over it. And he's like, I'm not doing this. Like I could literally be creating product. I could be at the store helping, customers. I could be going to the gym. I could be printing out orders. I could be, doing all of the administrative back end stuff that has nothing to do with the creative part of the brand. And he reached that limit and he was just like, I'm not doing this anymore because no one is watching it. If there was something for him to work with, let's say a couple videos get 10,000 views, we're like, oh, well, now we have something. Now we've hit that 10,000 mark. Let's keep creating this kind of content instead of what we did do, which was create the type of content that 30 people told us to create in comments on videos or while we were on live streams. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Worst thing to do. Best advice I'm going to ever give. Don't fucking do what people tell you should do. Absolutely not. It never works. Unless it's on a massive scale where you have hundreds or thousands of people saying that they want something from you. Don't do it. And can't really argue with him. And now, since we have the store, and remember, a lot of people really liked our content during the pandemic when we didn't have a store and everything was online and it was easy to just make videos all day. I had him with me all day. It was just wake up, put makeup on, make content for like 2 or 3 years, however long that fucking nonsense was. Now that we have the store and the store opens at noon and he likes to go to the gym and he likes to do his things in the morning, and I am like also going to the gym and doing my things in the morning, for me to be up and ready and in hair and makeup to make content by noon, it's just not, it's not possible every single day. So there's less availability of him to me in order to produce the content that people fell in love with. So I've kind of put it on my shoulders to try to produce content when in reality, people didn't fall in love with me. They fell in love with him. And then they fell in love with the two of us together. I know that he's the main personality of our brand. And so it's very hard algorithmically for me to hold the same amount of views that I got when I had him in all the videos. And literally, like, honestly, that messes with my mental health all the time, because I'm just like, okay, like, what the fuck? So I pull back and I'm like, all right, I don't want to spend the time to make the fucking video if it's going to get 3,000 views. Are you kidding me? And I damn sure don't want to spend the time to make the video on YouTube. It's going to get 200 views, but here I am. I'm an addict. I'm addicted to working and creating. It is to a fault. And so, yeah, he's just not going to appear as much. Maybe if we have something, we love to talk about politics. We love to talk about the state of New York City. We love to talk about sports and our favorite sports teams. We love to, those are things that we talk about, and those are not things that is of interest to people on the internet, especially once you get into politics, you're now competing with the big, people in politics, and you're just gonna piss people off. Again, I don't care if I piss people off. I would actually be able to financially sustain myself based off videos alone if I talked about my opinions and commentary on politics. I know that. I am waiting for him to be in a safe space with his children and have their career set and have everything okay for them, for me to be like, that's fucking it. I've been quiet for too fucking long. This is what I think about that. But when you have a partner, when you have a spouse, when you have someone that you've built something with, you have to take into consideration what it is that they're going through in their thought process as well. Now, the reason why I'm not in the store as much, number one, I'm going to be very honest. I hate retail. I would rather eat soup with chopsticks than spend 2 hours in a retail store. The list of the reasons why I hate retail is so long, but just to name a few, I don't like small talk with people I don't fucking know. I don't like the thought of sitting there when someone comes in. I have to stand up and pretend and hi, welcome, take a look around. Anything you want, you can try it on. Let me know if you have any questions. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Don't ask me anything. If you're gonna come in and waste my time with 1,000 fucking questions and not buy anything, I cannot do it. And honestly, it hurt our business so much more having me be in the store, because that energy just gave off. Like, that energy was just, I can fake a lot of things. And I do fake a lot of things. Like, I do fake a lot of emotion online just to be positive and fun and happy for everyone. And I fake it at my job that I'm at now temporarily, that I'm just like, hi, like, can I get, but even then it's like, it's such a fine line. Like, I don't like dealing with actual people. I can sit and talk to my phone all day. I can make content all day. I can even live stream and talk and hang out with people for hours. But you put somebody in front of me, I'm like, I'd rather be doing something else. It just is so bad. And that is really bad for business. You can't have somebody in a store that hates being in a store. Like, I hate even being in my own store. Like, I would take, so for the last 8 months, I don't know if no one's been paying attention, but I've only been going there for our live streaming show, which is every Saturday. That's it. I haven't been going there every day for months. John was like, yeah, you're not good with customers. John is great with customers. He loves to talk to people. I'm an introvert. I'm a creative introvert. He loves to talk to people. He loves to ask them questions at the register. I'm like, once I get you to the register, please pay and get the fuck out. Like, please go. He's like, oh, where are you from? Where are you visiting from? Oh, you should eat here. And I'm like, they were almost out the fucking door. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Like, if somebody comes in and they ask the price of every single thing, when the price is listed, there's a special place. But yeah, that's why I'm not at the store. I'm not good at it. I love the store. I want the store to do well. I love the design of the store. I love my business. I love my brand. I don't like dealing with indecisive people and having my energy be sucked away from people coming in. And furthermore, that's if people come in. Another reason why I don't like being at the store is because more times than not, people are not coming in. And it makes me very negative and jaded towards society, because all day, and to be honest with you guys, there's hours that pass by and no, people just walk by. They just walk by. And to sit there and have your heart and soul and passion and money and hard work and physicality poured into a space that people just fucking walk by. They let their dogs like go to the bathroom right in front of your store. They lean on your signage. They spit right by your window. That's not good for you mentally to see all the time. And then when people do come in and we're like, oh, like, welcome in. It's your first time here. And they're like, yeah, I live right across the street. I see this store every day. I just never come in. Oh, why? Well, I don't know. But then they're the same person like online, like support small businesses. Like I hope that small businesses should prosper, but you live right the fuck across the street from one and you've never bothered to come in for 3 years. And furthermore, in the beginning and still now, all of the thank yous that we get from people that come in, and they'll come in and they'll look around and like, oh, no, not thank yous. But they come in and they're like, well, good luck, good luck. They take a look around. They're in the store for 20 minutes, whatever. They're like, oh, good luck, good luck. Good luck doesn't pay the bills. I'll go to the landlord with a good luck. Like, and then, you know, those are the same people that are like, well, we need more businesses in the area. The neighborhood's, you know, going downhill. It's like, well, businesses can't invest if the customer's not there. And once we figure out that it's not the product and it's not the customer service, because I'm not out of the equation, John provides exceptional customers. You will not know if John is having a bad day ever in fucking life. Me, if I'm having a bad day on top of me not even wanting to be there, I don't give a fuck shit if you want to buy the most expensive thing in the store. If you come in and you want to have a whole conversation with me, I have no clue that you want to spend money. I don't have the patience for it. Just like John doesn't have the patience for content creation, I don't have the patience for people that are not spending money. I do very well when people go on the website and they look at whatever they want. They go back on the website 25 days because we can see all that stuff. We can see how many times a customer visits our store on the website before they make a purchase. Some people have been on our website 35 times before they make a purchase. And that doesn't take any energy from me. You know, like any questions that you have, John will tell them to me from the chat. He's like, somebody needs a gemstone for this, for that, for that. Oh, I'm perfect with that. That's great. That's absolutely great. But if it were in person and you were asking me 10 and 12 and 13 and 14 questions, I can't do that. And a lot of times when you have a small business, people can pick up that you're an owner somehow. And to the point that I have literally told people, I'm like, no, I have nothing to do with this store. I just work here because I don't want to answer the age-old question. What made you start getting into this? Why do you want to do this? What makes you think I have fucking time to answer that question? So the last time I was in the store, this man asked, he was like, is that you on all the photos on the wall? I was like, no, that's my twin sister. She's not here today. I don't have anything. I'm just filling in for her because I didn't want to have any conversation with this customer. Whether or not it led to a sale or not, I was just like, you know, I'm not fucking doing this. You know, so that's why I'm not in the store. And like I said in a video on TikTok that probably no one watched, is that I went back to hospitality temporarily because I want to fund another creative project for myself since the podcast didn't work out. And now I have all this expensive ass equipment. I mean, like $15,000 in equipment as an investment is crazy. And I'm not going to John again to ask him for money to fund something for me, or I'm not going to the business and taking funds out of there to fund it. I'm like, you know, I'm going to put my big girl fucking pants on. I'm going to go to work. And then like, there's the skin in the game. There's the finance in the game, you know? So those are like the reasons why you're not going to be seeing John in as many videos with me. I don't know. It would take people watching the content for him to want to be in the videos with me again. And I just don't really see that happening. I just don't, you know, like I don't know what I'm at a place even now in my creative, you know, whatever you want to call this, where I'm like, okay, you know, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. Like maybe I just like give my creative ideas to a bigger brand, and like it's just freaking tiring. And I know that people are gonna be like, well, no, keep doing it. It's very easy to say to someone to keep doing it when you're not the one doing it. When you're not the one investing the time and editing the videos and making the clips and setting up the camera and keeping up with the equipment and doing the makeup and thinking of content to create. It's very easy for someone to be like, just keep going, because it's not you that has to keep going. And even when I was looking at like YouTube as well, I was like, okay, so we have like 4,000 subscribers. How many people have their notifications turned on? Because when people tell me to be consistent, I'm like, well, why don't you turn on the notifications, and then you would be notified when a video comes out, because I'm constantly putting things out. I can't get them on an exact schedule because I have a real life and I'm an adult. I can't like, it's not like I'm one of these influencers that is their life, you know, and they just have the privilege of fucking like, but things will be out. It's not like I'm never going to post on this channel again. You know what I mean? But even for me personally right now, I'm struggling in being who I actually truly am and want to be, and how scary that is to actually say what you think. And there's so many people that I admire in this world that, and I get very close to saying what I think, but there's just a lot of people that I admire for being truly free. And I tell John this, like, freedom is actually being able to say what you think and feel and believe. I'm coming to a point in my life where what the fuck do I have to lose? Like, people already don't see my content, so why not just say what the fuck I want? Like, I've already started doing that. I used to edit these videos on YouTube to the point where there were no silent marks, where there was like no extra sound in the background. I used to do the sound engineering. I used to color grade my shit. I used to spend like 3 days editing a freaking 45-minute video, and now I just export it because I'm like, why am I gonna put in any effort when no one is watching it? And it's not about like the quality. I've realized, because I was putting in a lot of back end engineering quality, and I just noticed that didn't pay off. So I've just decided, you know what, if I have time, I'm gonna pop up on the camera and I'm just gonna say some shit, and keep going with that with myself. But like I said, as for John, I think he's done for a bit. That man, he doesn't have the only thing that he has patience for is money. Like, he needs to make money. He needs to get views. He's a businessman. He's a numbers guy. He's a finance guy. And if is not hard fucking evidence that shit is going this way, he's done. I mean, there's no, who has that time to waste? Like, who actually has that time to waste? And as far as us, if we're okay, like, we're good, there would be no breakup here. There would be like, that's not even like, we don't, there's no actual, you know, so there would be nothing, like, there would be absolutely nothing like that. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.